Hi, I'm Peter Hogan, and I want to explain to you how my personal mentoring program works because it's different from pretty well every other one out there, and I achieve phenomenal results with my students. First though, I'd like to tell you briefly about myself to give you a better understanding of who I am and what makes me tick. Now, I'm very much an action man in that I don't sit around forever thinking about things and trying to make up my mind. Once I've decided on something, and that's usually quick, I do it. And if I don't know how to do it, I'll figure it out on the way. Now, I grew up in Manchester, and my parents divorced when I was just 5 years old. Myself and my two younger sisters lived with our mother, and we had absolutely no money. There were no benefits of any kind in the 50s, or not to speak of. My mother worked 2 jobs to support us, and I had to look after my 2 sisters. No easy task for a 5-year-old. But I learned. One thing I did learn was that if I ever wanted anything, I either had to make it or earn the money to buy it. It was either that or go without it, and I didn't like going without. I became very resilient and soon learned that I could do pretty well whatever I turned my hand to. I never feared trying anything, no matter how difficult, because I was developing a success mentality, and that mentality has served me very well throughout my life. I got my A-levels, a place at uni, and a job offer when I finished. I wanted to be a marine biologist, but instead, on the 6th of June 1969, I headed off to Jersey, where I spent the best part of the next 27 years. Now, in the 60s, that was a big deal, because in those days, people just didn't travel. They rarely left their hometown, and foreign travel was only for rich people. I got a job as a telephone engineer with Jersey Telecoms, but after 3 years, I left. I knew I couldn't go through life in a job working for someone else. Within a few months of arriving in Jersey, I took up diving and spent a good time of my life exploring the coasts and waters of the Channel Islands. But I also travelled extensively, all around Europe, spending 4 or 5 months every year in Gran Canaria. I travelled the USA. I went to Mexico, where I had a flat in Acapulco overlooking the Pacific. I went to Colombia and Peru. And in Peru, we stayed in the home of the private secretary to the president of Peru. And we were ferried around Lima in a bulletproof car with an armed escort. But that's another story. In the early 80s, myself and a couple of business partners opened a nightclub in Ibiza. And I ran that for a couple of years, along with a bar restaurant. Those were good times. After I returned to Jersey, I started a building business. And in March 1986, I bought my first buy-to-let property. It was a terraced house in St Helier that I got for £24,000. I discovered, quite by accident, OPM, other people's money, and I bought the house with the investors' money. 4 weeks later, I bought another one for £35,000, and I just never looked back. In November 1987, 18 months after I bought that first house, I sold it for £96,000, and I knew that property was in the business to be in. Now, back in 1974, I'd started flying lessons, and I got my pilot's license. So towards the end of the 80s, I got my own plane, and we had great times flying all around Europe. In 1996, I left Jersey and returned to the UK, settling near London. And in 1997, I started a hardwood flooring company. Now, that was right at the beginning of the hardwood flooring boom, and I did very well. In my first year, in fact 11 months, I grossed £465,000. In the second year, I did 1 million, and in the third year, I did 1.2 million, and then I sold the business. I got back into property, and that brings me pretty well up to today. I currently run 3 businesses: the Property Investors Coaching Academy, which teaches people how to invest; the Entrepreneurs Club, which teaches people how to make money online. It's a business club helping people to become businessmen and entrepreneurs online. And the keytolife.com, which is a personal development and life coaching business. Well, that's not my complete life CV by a long way, but it does give you some idea about me, what made me and my mindset. I'm not afraid of trying anything new, no matter what it is. and the thought of failing never even enters my head. I just naturally assume I'm going to be successful, because I always have been. That's a mindset we try to establish in our students, and I have to say we do a pretty good job. So why do I spend my time mentoring people? Especially when I don't have to. Well, on that wealth dynamics chart that you might have heard of, I'm right at the top. I'm a creator through and through. I like starting with raw ingredients and making something great or beautiful, whether that's photographs, cooking, business, or my students. I get a kick from taking ordinary people who are stuck in a rut and helping them to fulfill their dreams, desires, and goals. And I get the bragging rights too. Just listen to what Richard, one of my mentees, has to say.
Hi, I'm Richard, and I joined Peter's personal mentoring program back in April 2018. I was at a bit of a crossroads in my life and getting nowhere. I knew I needed to do something, but I didn't know what. I met Peter at a property meeting. We had a chat and I decided to join his program. That was one of the best things I have ever done. Peter knows and has done so much in property, and I learned more than I ever expected. I decided at the start that I didn't want to build a portfolio. I just wanted to source property deals and sell those deals on to other investors. I was successful from the beginning. Within the first 3 weeks, I had done 3 deals. And over the next 40 months, I completed 20 deals worth almost £230,000 in commissions. It certainly changed my life, and it could change yours too. If you're looking for more in your life, have a chat with Peter. You can't go wrong.
Now, everyone is different, and so my mentoring program is designed for each individual personally. This is no one-size-fits-all thing dished out to anyone and everyone. It's designed around you. It's designed around your abilities, your strengths, your weaknesses, and your goals and your targets. And we don't limit your access to 1 day a month and 2 phone calls to some assistant like some other well-known businesses do. In fact, you have unlimited access to me. And the more you call me, the better I like it, because that means you're taking it seriously and you're doing the work. Also, we work on 3 fronts. Let's face it, if all you needed to be successful was to go on a course, we will be tripping over millionaires, right? And that's clearly not the case. Yes, we teach you the strategies, they're essential, but we also cover the business side of it too, helping you to set up your business, build your websites, your marketing, etc., etc. Crucially though, I have merged my personal development business with the mentoring program, and we work to identify and eliminate the limiting beliefs that hold people back. And that is key to your success. Yes, you can have anything in the world you desire. Anybody can. But you have to realise that the way you do things now has brought you to where you are now. And that's not where you want to be, is it? If you want to change your life, you have to change your mind first. There can be no other way. Keep doing things the way you do them now, and your life will carry on in exactly the same way. It has to. And having a reason why or going on courses won't make any difference. Our aim is that at the end of the 12 months, you have become a different person. You'll think about things differently. You'll think about yourself differently. You will think about money, business, success, and everything else differently. And you will have laid the foundation stones to a new you and a new life. That's what sets me apart from the others. They do it for money. It's their business. I do it to make you successful. And in turn, that makes me more successful. So, decision time. Do you or don't you? Will you or won't you? It's a big step in your personal life, and success isn't for everyone, believe it or not. But if you really want to make a difference for you and your family, at some point you have to make the decision. Take the action and make the change. Why don't you contact me and we'll have a chat, and I can explain more about how it all works and what you can expect to achieve. But don't procrastinate. Stop listening to that chimp sitting on your shoulder, whispering into your ear. Take the bull by the horns and take the first step to changing your life. I look forward to hearing from you.